What's up, Peach Giant fans? Uh, I got a little surprise for y'all today. I'm actually gonna do a mock draft for the Giants. So we're gonna breeze right through it, and let me know if you like it. Let me know if you don't like it. But either way, subscribe, tell your friends, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get it popping. All right. So I'm just going to flip the screen and you're just going to hear my voice, but you're actually going to see the trades and everything while I do what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So here we go. I already went to the Giants pick. And as you see, we got some trade offers. So the Bears are offering us a pick swap, a fourth rounder, 2 second rounders, and a six for next year. If you go to the previous offer, the Rams offering us the 19th pick, a second rounder, 2 fives, and a 1. And the Colts are offering us the number 15, a 6 rounder, a first and second, and Julian Blackman, which is a safety. Now, we do need a safety, so this is tempting. But I'm actually leaning towards the Rams pick because it's giving us 2 twos and a 6 for next year. So that's basically cleaning us up for next year. Okay. So that's basically giving us 3 number 2s so far for next year. All right. So I'm going to accept that trade with the Browns. I mean, with the Bears. As you see, they're going to take Jayden Daniels because they took Marvin Harrison with their first pick. So now we're offered another trade. So we're offered the 27th pick with the Cardinals and some other picks and Will Hernandez. Him coming back to the Giants, I don't want. So we're not going to take that trade. We're going to see who else is offering something. We could go with the Raiders. They're giving us a 2 for this year, a 7th, and a 7th for next year. So I'm going to accept that with the Raiders, and we're going to trade out. Now, the thing is, you don't want to go too far. You know what I mean? So, you don't want to go too far with trades. But you also want to stockpile picks. And in the Giants case, we need picks, brother. So now this is good. The Rams are offering us an offensive tackle, which is another swing tackle. We have one already, but you can never have too many. They're offering us a 3rd, a 5th, a 2, and a 4 for next year. And a pick swap in the first round. The Falcons are offering us Jesse Bates with a 2 and a first rounder. That's interesting. The Texans are offering us Kenyon Green. Not bad. A second rounder and a first. And let's see this next offer for the Lions, which is the 29th pick and a first. Okay. I got my eyes on one specific receiver, so I don't want to trade all the way out. I think I'm going to go with the Rams. All right. So that way we stay in the first round and we pick up a 3rd round pick and other picks as well. So some of y'all are sitting there saying, yo, what are you doing? What's going on? But, why are you making all of these trades? I'm making all of these trades because we need picks, brother. We need picks. Now, if you look at, I don't know if you saw that, but if you look at what was picked ahead of us, we just lost out on Byron Murphy, the defensive lineman for Texas. So I'm a little down on that. I don't want Bradley Chubb. The Colts are offering us something, but I don't really want that. So I'm going to reject all the trades, and now we're going to get to picking. So, basically, you have Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, who had a great combine, Nate Wiggins, who ran fast as all hell, Chop Chop Robinson from Penn State. But I'm going to look at defensive line. You got Darius Robinson, Devondre Sweat, Chris Jenkins. All right, so it's not really any value there. Dallas Turner already went. So if we look at edge rusher, you got Chop Chop Robinson. If you look at linebackers, you got Braswell. Now I'm really looking at Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker. So I'm really looking at him. But I'm going to go with wide receiver. And, well, the guy that I want is kind of high if we take him now, but we don't have a pick until number 44. So he might be gone. And if he's gone, that's really going to hurt. So you have Jonathan Brooks at running back. I really like him. You got offensive linemen. Now the key is, what are we going to do with Evan Neal? Supposedly, they were looking at Evan Neal at guard, but he says he doesn't want to play guard. He wants to play tackle still. So I think right now you got to go DB. And if you go defensive back, I like Cooper DeJean. He could play corner and he can also play safety. So he solves a lot of problems for us because we're depleted in the secondary. So I'm going to go with Cooper DeJean. A lot of y'all are going to say, why don't I take Quinyon Mitchell or Nate Wiggins, who ran like a 4.340, or Ennis Rakenstraw, who's also a good corner from Missouri. But, you know, you'll see there's a method to my madness later. So now we got the first round breezing through, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So now we're offered another trade with the Panthers. I don't like that trade. And the Broncos, I don't like that trade. So we'll reject that. And see, now we got the 44th pick and the 47th pick. So what are we going to do? So the guy that I want at wide receiver is there. As you see, he's a hell of a wide receiver. He's 6'3", 213 pounds. He runs a 4.6, but if you watched him in the combine, he was phenomenal. So, I think we're going to have to go with Keon Coleman. So we're going to draft Keon Coleman. Now, Edgerrin Cooper just got taken a spot ahead of us. Freaking Indianapolis Colts. So we're offered another trade. It's more picks for next year, so I'm not really focusing on that. I'm focusing on this year. They're offering us Jordan Battle and a second rounder. Not bad. So we only go 2 spots below. The Browns are offering us a third rounder. That's basically too late. And Byron Murphy Jr. and a second rounder for next year. So I really don't like that trade. I really don't like that trade from the Browns either. Jordan Battle. It's a good player. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to reject these trades. And then I'm going to go to make a trade. So I'm going to go to next year when we have 4 number 2s. So we're going to add, and a 5th to I don't know why it's not working. It's not working. Okay, there we go. So we're going to go to the Commanders for their third rounder. So we're going to offer them in the trade. And they accepted it. Sweet. So now we got a third rounder that we could play with. So as you see now, we have Cooper DeJean and we got Keon Coleman. All right, now we're ready to roll. So now we're going to take an offensive lineman. We're going to get healthy at guard with Cooper Beebe. We're going to draft him. That's value at the position because he was slotted to go 45th best player in the draft. We got him at number 47. So we don't pick again until 67. So there's another guy I hope that's here. And if you're wondering who that is, I'm not going to tell you because he tested off the charts and he could play defensive end and edge. And I hope he's still there. And it looks like he's still going to be there. Gracious God. Marshawn Kneeland. I love this guy. He tested off the charts, bro. He has size, is 6'3", almost 270 pounds. He has big hands. And if you see, he's good against the run, good against the pass, and we could coach up the tackling. But when you're talking about a guy that can play multiple positions at DN or edge, and he can seal that, you know what I'm saying? Or you could go with Michael Hall Jr., who's also a hell of a prospect. He's from Ohio State, which I don't really like, but, you know, he's a great pass rusher, and that's what we need, push up the middle. So he's good against the run. We got to coach him up a little against in tackling. So you say Marcus Hall will also be a good pick. So, but we got back-to-back picks. We got 67 and 70. So we don't have to sweat it here. I think we need to go running back. And it's kind of high, but I love Blake Corum. I'm a Michigan kid, so I love Blake the Great. He's got balance. He could catch passes out of the backfield. He'll stick his nose in there to run block in pass protection. So I might have to cheat a little bit and go all and see what they have rated. They got Xavier Worthy, who ran I believe it was a 4.22 at the combine, which is retarded. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, what are we gonna do? Now I like Kalen Bullock. I like Jaden Hicks, but at 67, that's kind of high. Kalen Bullock is a hell of a prospect. As you see, he's 6'2", runs a 4.5. He's good in zone. He's good in man. He's good at tackling. You know, he's not great in run defense, but you could coach that up. I mean, you know, the kid is 22 years old, something like that. So you can always coach that up. But if you look at it, we already got a corner. We already got our wide receiver, and we got a starting guard. You know, I feel if Evan Neal plays with a guard that he's confident with and he knows he's not going to get beat on the inside, he'll play well. So it's all about giving them confidence, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, rather, because women listen to this also. So I'm going to go and I'm going to go, you know what? We need a big power guy. And that power guy is Xavier Legette. So now we got Xavier Legette and Keon Coleman. We got the possession guy and we got the A.J. Brown type guy. You know what I mean? So, okay, we got more trades. They're offering a second and a D tackle. No. They're offering a safety and a second. No. Because we don't pick again until 83. So this pick has got to count. They're offering us a wide receiver. No. So I'm going to reject all. And now I'm going to take a risk that Kalen Bullock is still going to be there. Okay? I'm going to take a risk on that. Now, some of y'all might say, oh, why don't you go with Marshawn Nealon? But you know what? I'm kind of leaning towards Michael Hall Jr. Now, Gabriel Murphy actually has good ratings. He actually has good ratings. He's more of an edge rusher than defensive lineman. And we already got Brian Burns now. So if you're looking at straight defensive tackle, I think you got to go with Michael Hall Jr. It's a little high, but it's reasonable. And you also got some linebackers there. Now, this is my sleeper, Tyron Harper. He tested off the charts as well. I don't know why he's ranked so low. But I'm looking at him. So now if you look at running back, you got Trey Benson, you got Blake the Great. I think it's going to be a run on running backs. So I'm going to go with Trey Benson. He's a little bit faster. And, I mean, he's a powerhouse, bro. I mean, he's 89 in rushing, 81% breaking tackles. We got to put him on the jugs machine to work out his hands, but he's a good pass blocker, which is what we need. So this is going to be a reach right here, but I'm going to go Trey Benson. So now you say, really? We're really solidifying our offense. We're giving Daniel Jones the requisite weapons that he needs to succeed. And if he can't succeed with this, he's not going to be able to succeed at all, bro. It's that simple. He's not going to be able to succeed at all. We got a little bit lucky because everybody was picking receivers. So we're actually going to be able to get Kalen Bullock. We're not going to waste any time. Boom. Kalen Bullock. We got our safety. All right. So now we don't pick until 107. Now we still got Leonard Taylor here. Leonard Taylor is an interesting prospect because he's been working out with Warren Sapp. They're all from the U, and Warren Sapp basically gave this dude his blessing and was like, yo, this kid is the real deal. So I'm hoping that we could get Leonard Taylor here. Oh, they took him. Oh, what a bastard. The Titans took him. I thought they would take Wingo, but they took, oh man, that hurt. That was rough. Oh, you bastards. Okay. I know Mekhi Wingo was a solid player. Let's see what we get with Davis. He's good against the run. He's an excellent tackler. Not bad. 6'2", 301. But I think Wingo is the better prospect. Yeah, I think Wingo is the better all-around prospect. So, wow, that was rough. That hurt. I like Brennan Jackson, and I like Justin Abioki, and I love Muhammad Kamara. I saw him destroy Colorado when they played Colorado State in Colorado. I mean, Colorado doesn't have a great offensive line, but he was a one-man wrecking crew in that game. But I'm going to go D-line, and we're going to take Mekhi Wingo. Because we got to put a guy next to Dexter Lawrence that you got to respect. So as you see, we got Cooper DeJean, Keon Coleman, Cooper Beebe, Xavier Legette, Trey Benson, and Kalen Bullock. So, I mean, now we in business, you know? So now it's basically taking best play available. Now, I know y'all are saying, yo, Salah, what are you doing? You haven't taken a quarterback. I know I haven't taken a quarterback. This is on purpose. I know I haven't taken a quarterback because the guy I want to take at quarterback is still there. He's a developmental quarterback, and you know, he's got immense talent. So, you know, I'm not really stressing that. Now, this is the guy I want, Ben Sinnott. If you look at Ben Sinnott and you look at what his ratings are, he's an inline tight end, so he's going to block, and he could catch the ball. Intermediate routes, 94. Short receiving, 88. Hands, 84. Deep threat, 95. This is a dude that knows how to get downfield. And he's 6'4", 250 pounds. So when you're looking at maybe Darren Waller might be retiring, you got to take a tight end here. Oh, oops, I'm sorry. So we're going to take Ben Stinnett. So now I got to hope that our quarterback is going to be there. We don't pick again until around the 200s. So it's going to be cutting it close. But it's a developmental quarterback. So it's two guys that I'm looking at. So I'm really hoping that they're going to be there, either one of them. But right now, I'm happy with the draft that we got. I'm really happy. Oh, wow. We're on the clock right now. My bad. We actually got 2 picks before this guy might go. Okay. So we're going to cheat a little bit. And it says we got a tackle, but we already got a tackle. We already got a swing tackle. Jalen Simpson. He was incredible in his workouts. And as you see, 94 in coverage, 89 in man press, 86 in zone. He was incredible. So I think to solidify our secondary, we got to go Jalen Simpson here. And it's value because we got him at 142. He was slated at 136. So that's a value pick as well. So we're going to keep on going down the line. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So if you look at what the Giants are doing already, theoretically, this is one hell of a draft, bro. One hell of a draft. One hell of a draft. Okay. So now we're at 154. Now, I don't think my quarterback is going to last that long. I really don't. But I'm going to gamble. I'm going to gamble because I love Tyron Hopper. And I'm going to show you his ratings. He's 6'2", 231. And I just like the way he plays. He's good against the run. He's good against the pass. He's decent in coverage, but his tape shows better than what his stats are. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait because there's also a guy, another linebacker that I'm looking at too. So I'm going to wait on that. I say maybe we could look at the line. It's not really anybody there that impresses me. We got Hunter Nazard from Penn State because John Michael Schmitz, he was a little bit banged up. He's pretty good in run blocking, average in pass blocking. He's 6'3", 317. Turner Bololini, he's actually good. 6'4", 303. And as you see, he's excellent in pass blocking, which is what we need. That's why I said he was good. But we could get him later, I think. So we got our DB, our tight end, our running back, our wide receiver. We got some edge help. Um, Linebackers, I think we could take later. Defensive line. We got Braden McGregor from Michigan. I know. I'm being biased. But I like Grayson Murphy. He's very good in pass rush. He's good against run defense. And he's 6'2", 250. So, I mean, he's a little small for an edge rusher. You want him to be a little bit bigger, but he can get the job done. You have Xavier Thomas, 6'2", 244. He's a little bit of a tweener as well. And he's good basically in all categories. Because you can never have too many edge rushers, in my opinion. So, now this guy, Nelson Caesar, you could play him along the defensive line and as an edge rusher. He's quick. He's quick off the burst. He's got a lot of get up and get go. I'm a little bit stumped on this one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit stumped on this one. Running back. See, it's good that we took the running backs because they made a run on them. Now, I don't want any wide receivers because we've got Bryce Ford Wheaton coming back. You also got to take that into consideration. I'm going to go with the center because, like I said, John Michael Schmitz was a little banged up. He didn't last the entire season. So just in case he doesn't, we got a backup center. And we don't have to be playing guards at the center position and stuff like that. We got an actual center who knows the position. So I mean, if you look at what we did, I mean, we're rocking. We basically filled up all our holes, and we don't have any glaring weaknesses right now as far as what we need compared to what we drafted. So now we are just basically taking best player available. Now, we got Trente Jones from Michigan, who's a young tackle. I don't really know too much about him, surprisingly, being that I'm a Michigan fan. He's 6'4", 305. Pretty good against the run. And he's excellent, really, in pass blocking. Wow. 6'4", 305. I would like him to be a little heavier. But you know what? You can never have too many offensive linemen. So here we go. Boop. Now, my quarterback is still there. He's still on the board. So, I don't want everybody to get their panties up in a bunch. He's still there. Not the guy that I wanted, but the backup is still there. The fallback plan. Okay. So it's almost the end of the draft. So the quarterback is probably going to be a free agent. So I don't really have to waste a pick on him. So I'm going to look at Michael Barrett from Michigan. I know he can rush the passer. His pass rush is a 90. His coverage is a 80. He's good against the run. So I'm going to go with Michael Barrett as a linebacker for us. Just to provide some depth at the linebacker position. There are some guys that are rated better. So let's take a quick look at them. Guy from Notre Dame ain't that good. What about Temple? He's all around pretty good player as far as ratings go. Tatum Bethune. Six feet, 229. He's basically good at all things. Trevin Wallace. He's pretty good at all things too. But I'm going to go with Michael Barrett. Because I know him. I watched Michigan games. And he showed me what he could do. So there you have it. So we're going to wait till everything cycles through. The quarterback that I was looking at, in case you were wondering, was Kedon Slovis. Kedon Slovis was a top prospect coming out of high school about 4 years ago. He had a good career at USC, and then he transferred because of Caleb Williams, obviously. And he to me played his ass off at BYU. If you look at his ratings, I mean, he's 6'2", 2.25, 225 almost. And he's what you want in a developmental quarterback, short passing, medium passing, long passing, release speed. He's what you want in a developmental quarterback. So, that's the guy that I want. That was my backup to my backup. What I wanted really was Joe Milton. But he got taken. So as you see, we got Cooper DeJean, Keon Coleman, Cooper Beebe, Xavier Legette, Trey Benson, Kalen Bullock, Makai Wingo, Ben Sinnott, Jalen Simpson, Hunter Norzad, and Trente Jones, and Michael Barrett. And we got a number 1, 2 2s, a 3, a 4. Oh, 2 4s, excuse me. And 2 6s and a 7 for next year. Oh no, 2 7s for next year. So, I mean, basically, you say all the way down, we got starters because Cooper DeJean is going to be a starter automatically. And like I said, you could play him at safety or corner. You got Keon Coleman, who's going to be a starter. So you could let Isaiah Hodgkins go. And remember, you got Bryce Ford Wheaton coming back. You got Cooper Beebe to solidify the offensive line. John Runyon Jr. on one side, Cooper Beebe on the other. Xavier Legette, you could play in the slot anywhere. I mean, he's big, he's strong, he's fast. Trey Benson is a hell of a running back. You got Kalen Bullock. So until Kalen Bullock gets up to speed, you could play Cooper DeJean at safety and Jalen Simpson at the other corner until Kalen Bullock gets up to speed. Then you put him in over Dane Belton if he wins the job out, and then move Cooper DeJean back to corner and put Jalen Simpson as your slot, as your nickel or your dime back. We got a backup for John Michael Schmitz, and we got a young swing tackle, and then we got a linebacker. So, you know, I like this draft. I think this draft worked out. The one thing that we weren't able to get was we weren't able to get Joe Milton. I would have preferred to have gotten him, but as you see, Keaton Slovis is going to be an undrafted free agent. So, I mean, you can't go wrong there. And also, if you want to look at the tight end position, he's not even there. There was a tight end in the combine. I think he was from Illinois. He was lighting it up, but he's not there. So I guess maybe he's going to be an undrafted free agent, really. I don't see him. No, I don't see him there. So, but I mean, you got guys, man. So, we solidified a lot of positions. So, let me know what you think. So I'm back. View it. Let me know what you think. I appreciate your comments. If you have any comment to say, good, bad, maybe you should have took this player, maybe you should have took this player. I'm willing to listen to all comments. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. And I'll be doing another mock draft next week. Well, at the end of this week. Pretty much the same day, same time. And it'll be updated as usual, because I think Draft Buzz updates every week because you got these guys now doing their pro days and things like that. So, but I mean, if I walked away with this draft as a Giant fan, I'd be happy. You know, we solidified a lot of positions. We got depth at a lot of positions. And I mean, we got better. You know, the one thing that we maybe could have done different was maybe took a linebacker earlier, but Bobby Okereke, he's shown he could play through pain. I think he had a cracked rib at one point. He played through pain. Bobby Okereke is a stud. So, you know, we could take a guy like Michael Barrett later on. to back up Minka Fitzpatrick. Minka Fitzpatrick. Oh God, I'm thinking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's that other guy? Michael McFadden. He could back up Michael McFadden, and he could get some reps in, and we can always take a linebacker via free agency. As an undrafted free agent. There are some quality linebackers there. You got Aaron Casey from Indiana. If the draft played out this way. You got Dallas Gant from Toledo. Omar Spates from LSU. Luke Rima from Nebraska. Isaiah Major from Florida A&M. So, there's guys there. So, we don't have to panic, theoretically, if this happened this way. So, view it. Let me know what you think. And I'm out. Peace. And I'll see you next week. Like and subscribe. All right. Love y'all.